We begin with stunning new twists in the scandal that's already brought down the head of the CIA, General David Petraeus. And now another U.S. general is caught in the same tangled web. John Allen, the top U.S. commander in Afghanistan, is being investigated by the Pentagon for allegedly sending inappropriate emails to a married woman, the same woman whose complaint of threatening emails from General Petraeus' lover cracked the scandal wide open. Our Pentagon correspondent Barbara Starr is trying to sort all of this out for us. Barbara, it's rather complicated. What's the latest you're getting?
Well, it's still the same fundamental question for the last 24 hours, Wolf. Why is John Allen being investigated, and how on earth did he get caught up in this?
Marine Corps General John Allen denies an extramarital affair with Jill Kelly, the Florida socialite whose concern over threatening emails led to an investigation that revealed an affair between CIA Director David Petraeus and his biographer, Paula Broadwell. A Pentagon official told reporters Allen, who commands the war in Afghanistan, is adamant he did nothing wrong. A senior official close to Allen tells CNN of Kelly, there is no affair. She's a bored socialite. A U.S. official says there appears to be nothing criminal involved. But Allen is now under investigation for what is being called inappropriately flirtatious emails to Kelly.
The Secretary directed that the matter be referred to the Inspector General of the Department of Defense.
The FBI found up to 30,000 pages of documents, some of them emails between Allen and Kelly, some dating back 2 years during their investigation. According to a senior official close to Allen, one message the Afghan commander sent warned Kelly she'd been threatened. The official says Allen had received an anonymous message now believed to be from Broadwell. The Pentagon was called in because Allen is subject to military law. But why did this only come out now in public view?
We have a large amount of alleged material that went between these individuals, as much as 30,000 pages. It's not clear whether this was viewed as a relatively minor question or whether it was not apparent until the very end that the general was involved.
Allen was to appear Thursday for a Senate hearing to become the military head of NATO. Now, that is on hold.
We need to be careful not to have this cloud of scandal start to color the image of General Allen, because the minute that happens, it may be almost too late to sustain his leadership.
Okay, well, so everybody's talking about 30,000 pages of documents and emails. It sounds like an extraordinary number, but behind the scenes, officials are telling us be cautious. Some of this may be copies, it may be blast emails out to one of General Allen's email lists. Some of it may be on his business computer, his military computer, some may be on his private computer. We just don't know yet the full scope of all of this. So far, the White House is still expressing confidence in him as commander of the war in Afghanistan, Wolf.
And the war in Afghanistan, but they put on hold, at least for now, his confirmation hearings to be the chief, the head of NATO, if you will, the supreme allied commander for Europe. Those confirmation hearings, at least for now, are on a hold, and they're trying to accelerate the confirmation hearings of the general slated to take over for him in Afghanistan.
That's exactly right. Allen was only 48 hours away from Thursday, a Hill hearing to become the new military chief of NATO. The hearing for his successor to command the war in Afghanistan will go on. So now the question really is this: will General Allen either have a problem here, that a further investigation, will he get cleared of this in time to perhaps still be able to effectively take over at NATO? We don't know the answer yet.
Barbara Starr, thank you. Another new development, meanwhile, an FBI search at the home of the woman Petraeus had an affair with, Paula Broadwell. CNN intelligence correspondent Suzanne Kelly is working this part of the story for us. Suzanne, you've learned new details about this search. What have agents found?
That's right, Wolf. Well, we know that FBI agents were at Broadwell's home in Charlotte, North Carolina last night. Agents spent about 5 hours conducting a search and took documents and computers from her house. Now, we're told by a U.S. official that agents are looking further into what classified materials she has. But the official described this search as sort of tying up loose ends, really. An earlier search of Broadwell's computer, though, did turn up classified material. And according to that same official, Broadwell and Petraeus both told investigators that the material did not come from him. You can bet that those agents are now trying to track down the source of that classified information. Wolf, there's still no word on whether there could be any charges brought against her, but we're told that she's now hired an attorney here in Washington, and I've reached out several times to him today. Haven't heard back yet.
What do we know about this FBI agent who sent Kelly shirtless pictures of himself?
A U.S. official confirms that the agent in question did send shirtless photos of himself to Kelly, which opens up a whole host of questions. But they also said that that happened before this case ever began. Now, we already know that this was the agent that Kelly took her original concerns to when she received the emails that she felt were threatening. And the official we spoke with tells us that this agent never worked the case, but instead he passed the information Kelly gave him on to special agents in another department, the cyber unit, and that it was that department that took up the investigation that eventually led to the affair between Broadwell and General Petraeus. Wolf.
And it's this agent also who has not been identified, Suzanne, who allegedly went to this Republican member of Congress from Washington State, Dave Reichert, and told about this whole investigation. Reichert went to the House Majority Leader, Eric Cantor, who in turn went to the Justice Department and the FBI, and as a result of all of this, exploded. Here's the question. By releasing this sensitive information to this member of Congress, did he break the law? Is he under investigation now for potentially criminal activity, this FBI agent?
Well, I'm sure now, Wolf, they're going to be looking at whistleblower laws to see whether he was or not. Now, once again, he wasn't actually in the chain of command and wasn't actually one of those special agents who was investigating the case, but he did have details because of his relationship with Jill Kelly. So that's where the scrutiny is going to be right now to determine whether or not any laws were broken.
We'll soon find out. Thanks very much, Suzanne, our chief